there's some weirdness about being like a public person when you're a teenager and then transitioning into adulthood with this childhood success, especially if it doesn't continue, which it was some of my time, was like, where's this success that I feel I had and lost?
I mean, I know a lot of realtors that were, child actors.
No,
for real. I mean, that's the path, right? It's child actor to realtor.
To realtor,
That's
Man of the Year! Man of the Year! Man of the Year! Welcome to the #1 friendship podcast in the country. I'm Matt Ritter.
I'm Aaron Karo.
Aaron, I was last night in my kitchen and Jess and the baby were not around. So, of course, what did I do? I blasted 90s alt rock. You know why I do that? Because it makes me feel good. Jess was like, you have to make sure you're doing stuff that makes you feel good. Like we're doing everything about the baby. And I just realized that I always feel good when I'm listening to a certain kind of music from my childhood, or like anytime Beverly Hills Cop or Major League comes on, I get this certain feeling. And we've been doing this podcast about friendship and about this amazing group of friends that we have since childhood, and it hit me. The way that I feel about these music and these movies is also the way I feel about my friends from childhood. Like I automatically have this baked in incredible feeling anytime I see them, hear from them, get texted by them even, just even like a text from a childhood friend makes me feel like this special, there's something special.
Takes you back.
Yeah.
Takes you back like when you hear a song from high school.
Yeah. Just like takes you to that, whatever that formative good feeling phase of life is, it sticks with you forever. You
know what my sort of song that takes me back? Remember that song, Freshman?
Yeah. Oh, Verve? Was it the Verve Pipe or the Verve?
I don't know. You have to look it up.
Yeah, because I think there was the Verve Pipe, but then there was a band called the Verve.
Verve was the one that did that song that they got no royalties for because the beat was just taken exactly from the Rolling Stones or something.
Bittersweet Symphony?
Yes, Bittersweet Symphony. I don't think it was the Rolling Stones, though.
Okay.
We'll have to get Theo on that as well.
Okay.
But
the Verve Pipe.
Oh, Verve Pipe. Wow.
You didn't want to save that for Erroneous.
But were you in that? Because we would drive in high school and blast that Freshman song.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that song.
Yeah.
People our age, I bet you nobody, Theo, do you even know that song?
I've never heard of that song or The Freshman.
The Freshman.
No, we're talking about The Freshman.
Yeah.
What song are you talking about? Bittersweet Symphony?
Well, The Freshman's the song. I have not heard of the song The Freshman or the band The Verve Pipe.
Okay, but you have heard of their song.
I mean, they were really a 1-hit, 2-hit, 3-hit wonder max.
Yeah.
Everyone's heard Bittersweet
Symphony.
Yeah.
So I think that's really apropos for our guest today, the great Devon Werkheiser, who is a former child star. That's one facet of her personality. He was on Ned's Declassified on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
So for a certain producer Theo, he was like, "Oh, I have very strong feelings."
Yeah, he was like, "I gotta come in early for this. I gotta get his autograph."
Even though we did it virtually.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to see.
I felt bad for Theo.
Yes.
Like, what are you going to get on the Riverside and get his autograph?
And it was interesting is that when people see him, they get that feeling back to their childhood.
Yeah, which was interesting from talking to him about how to react to that.
Yeah, and how he manages his friendships and how he meets his fans. So Devon has 2 amazing podcasts. One is called Growing Up with Devon, which actually we're going to be guests on.
Yeah, we are.
And the other is Ned's Declassified, where he's doing a rewatch.
We're not going to be on that one.
We're not going to be on that one. But let's hear from Devon and let's come back to the other side. Devon, what's up, my man?
What's up, Karo? How are
up?
you, man?
Good
Hi,
to see
Matt.
you. Good to see you. I love this introduction. Devon, I have to also apologize. This is funny. I ran into you at a party a couple weeks ago, and he had just shaved. And I only know him with a beard. And I was like, "Hey, I'm Aaron." He goes, "Dude, it's Devon."
Wow.
It's like, we were just in D.C., man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So awkward. But as Matt knows, I'm an over-introducer, so I will introduce myself if I think there's a 1% chance someone doesn't know you.
I think that's great.
Yeah, he's like, "Hi, I'm Aaron," and she's like, "Yeah, I'm your mother. I'm your mom." We know each other. We were acquainted.
I prefer a little over introducing
Yes.
because sometimes I'm bad with names. I'd rather someone just be like, just give it to me. Just give it to me again.
We've talked a lot about this on the pod of like, then you walk around with like this awkward not knowing somebody's name. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a better mode of operation. Hi, I'm Aaron.
So Devon, the impetus for our entire pod is that me and Matt are part of the world's greatest friendship tradition. Me, Matt, and 7 other guys, we've all been buddies since 4th or 5th grade.
Wow.
And every year on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, we all gather at Peter Luger Steakhouse in Brooklyn, and we vote on which guy had the best year. And the winner wins our Man of the Year trophy. It's this giant, like Stanley Cup sized trophy. Your name engraved on it. You keep the trophy for the rest of the year. And that's why we call ourselves the champions of friendship, because we are championing friendship, and we literally crown a champion every year. And
amazing.
I was just curious, like you and your buddies, do you have any rituals, traditions, trips, like annual, weekly, monthly, that keeps you guys together?
It's changed over the years. I'm so impressed at your guys' like ability to keep this one tradition alive, and I think there's so much to be said for that. Like, that's such a grounding cycle to hit every November. Here's the friends, everyone acknowledging each other for how they did this year. I'm sure everyone giving each other shit for things they messed up this year. Like, that's so healthy and cool, I think, to have this one tradition. Mine has changed over the years, but there is always an impetus to get each other together. So, I mean, for a while, to be honest, it was Burning Man.
Okay.
We did, a lot of my friends, we did that for many years together. It's been some years since I've been. Before that, yeah, it was like music festivals. These days, we actually do, it's been a while. The pandemic kind of changed all the traditions we had, and things are still kind of coming back together since. But me and my close friends, we do something called the Artist Retreat. We try and do it twice a year if we can, which is just getting 10 to 15 of us together in an Airbnb somewhere pretty, and just spending 3 days connecting and creating together. Everyone I know is some form of an artist, and we all get so busy in our own lives and in our own creations. Like, these Artist Retreat weekends have always been like really nourishing for us to just go like connect and cook food together and like share music and maybe paint or do some arts and crafts or whatever, dance, like just get together and actually share days. Because otherwise we're living that LA creative artist life. Like, I'll see you for a couple hours here, a couple hours there.
Did you see the Traveling Wilburys doc where they just get together and they record that whole album?
No,
like,
I need to watch that.
I think it's at Bob Dylan's house in like Malibu or the Palisades or something. And it's just like, it just sounds like what you're talking about, like just a bunch of artists getting together to create. And I always find that so inspiring when I watch little clips of people doing that. That's why I guess I always love music docs. You always just see them like jamming, or the Beatles doc. You know, or Paul McCartney.
Beatles doc was insane.
Yeah, where he was just like, oh,
the
Arizona.
fact that they have on camera him writing,
he was
get,
like, get back.
It's
he was
absurd.
like, oh, Arizona.
It's absurd.
What's a town in Arizona? You know, it was like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, so I was imagining you and your buddies doing that. And that's like, it's cool.
It is kind of like that. And it's something that actually, because of the pandemic, we've been off our normal, like, making it happen. But the call has been put out there by multiple friends that, like, in the coming months, someone's got to plan one of these.
So you've got a good friend circle, it seems like, as it is. We also like to ask this to our guests, like, are you making new friends still? Like, are you like, oh, I'm good with the friends I have? And if so, when was the last time you made a new friend?
Yeah, man. Friendship's such an interesting thing, especially... yeah, like literally. Yeah. Aaron, yeah. Friendship's an interesting thing as we grow up. I know for a lot of people, like, they struggle... I know for my growing up podcast, like, that podcast is a lot about just like things people are struggling with as adults and how we're all going through it together. And one of the main things people ask about is like, how do I make friends as an adult? So I understand there's a lot of people out there who are having trouble making friends at all. I'm in a different boat where, like, I've grown up with lots of friends my whole life, and like it kind of changes over time, but at this point at 32, yeah, I have an incredible multiple circles of friends around the world, but really in LA, right? That's also comes from what I've done my whole life, which is really dynamic. As an actor, I meet new people on a project every time, and you become friends with everyone, but you don't become like homies with everyone. But on each project, I'll pick up one or two, you know? And over time, it just means I have this like weird circle that's like pretty broad. And so I have great close friends in my life. I have people in my life who I know will be in my life forever, even if I see them twice a year. Like, these are my people who I love. And then still, I'm picking up new friends. Aaron, we're now friends. I play beach volleyball in Venice on the weekends, and I've met some new friends there just in the last couple weeks. That's why my fingers...
Oh, shit.
I went ham, and my fingers a little banged up.
Dangerous beach volleyball, you know.
But yeah, I've met new friends there that like came and hung out with me on July 4th, and so I'm still picking up friends.
Matt, you'd appreciate this. I saw Devon at a party a few weeks ago, and I had the conversation with him like, hey, like, we're homies now. You can call me Karo. Like, you don't have to call me Aaron anymore.
But I met you as Aaron, so it's still, you know.
I know, it's fine. It takes a little while.
So I got to ask, my perception, and probably a lot of our audience perception of child actors, is that they're fucked up. You seem very not fucked up. What happened?
I'm very not fucked up. I mean, yeah.
How'd that happen? I mean, how'd you avoid all the pitfalls?
Yeah, there are a ton of pitfalls and a ton of traps in the child acting industry. It depends on where you end up in the industry, and really the biggest factor is going to be who your family and who your parents are. And I happen to have two very loving, good parents. And that's really what it takes, is parents who are watching out for the pitfalls of the industry and steering you away from them to keep you normal, to keep you like a good person and keep you grounded. There are what are called stage parents, which are the parents who want the career for the kid more than the kid. And what that does is blinds them to looking out for, who should I keep my kid away from? Like, a lot of these parents, because they want it so bad, they'll put their kid in some messed up situations. Or even if the kid isn't in a dangerous situation, because the parent wants it so bad, they're actually not checking in with their kid's feelings. Their kid is needing to perform even for the parent to get the parent's love, right? Because when they do good in the industry, that's what gives them their parents' love. And that's just going to create all sorts of identity issues. Like, I had a very good version of the industry because of my parents and because of the show I ended up on. We have like the greatest show creator and showrunner, Scott Fellows. He's an amazing man. And like, so my experience on Nickelodeon was amazing. But even me, with the good experience of it, there's still hard parts about growing up a child actor just with your identity. Like, there's some weirdness about being like a public person when you're a teenager, and then transitioning into adulthood with this childhood success, especially if it doesn't continue, which it was some of my time, was like, where's this success that I feel I had and lost?
I mean, I know a lot of realtors that were, child actors.
For real. I know a lot of child actors who are realtors now.
For real. I mean, that's the path, right? It's child actor to realtor. That's if it doesn't work out, that's the other way.
Dude, absolutely.
So I guess the question here, you kind of led into.
Also, there's an open house in Mar Vista I've been meaning to tell you guys about.
It does lead into my question of this. You're talking about how do you navigate life as a child actor transitioning into adulthood. Our podcast is about friendships. So how do you navigate friendships with non-celebrity how do you
civilians.
Just kind of civilians?
Yeah. I love my non-actor friends and I love my actor friends. Like, there's different things. Like, my actor friends can understand like a very big part of my life. And I think that's great and important. My non-actor friends don't have any of those neuroses and like those struggles, and I love that too. The important thing for any friend in my life to know is like, I might love you and I might only see you twice a year. Like, my life is kind of all over the place, especially with the 2 podcasts now, and then travel, and then I'll book a job and go film for a month, and like, I make music as well. So like, just with everything I'm doing, and I feel this is actually a thing for a lot of adults, is like, in adulthood, that's why it's harder to make friends in adulthood, is all of us have less time to just be socializing. When I was a teenager or even early 20s, like, I could hang out a lot. Now, like, truly, some of my favorite people in the world I might not see for 6 months because we're both busy. So that's kind of the biggest thing to navigate in my adult friendships, is how little time I get to see them. And so I guess the important thing is when we're spending time, making sure it's good, like making sure we're having a good time.
What is the sort of age band of like the diehard Ned fans now?
It's like down the low end is like 18, which surprises me when 18-year-olds know the show because it was out so long ago. But 18 to like 34 is the.
So if you like walk into a bar or something and there's like a bunch of 30-year-olds, like what is your percentage of like they know what's up?
Depends, man. It's weird. Yeah. It's like sometimes nothing, and then sometimes they all know it. I know if there's a particular age range, like the chances are there, you know?
Yeah.
Look at that fucking guy.
Yeah.
When they go like that, when they go, look at that fucking guy. That's the fucking guy.
Shit.
That's the fucking guy.
Yeah, you start to see the like double takes and triple takes, and then the phone's coming out. You see them Googling, is it?
That's funny. I've never pictured that. Like, so you see somebody looking at you like this. It's like this.
Yeah.
Looking at their phone up, down.
Literally. Yeah, it's always a funny thing. It's like, and then I'm waiting for like when they're gonna for sure decide that it's me, and if they're gonna decide to say something or not.
Yeah.
So you mean you've got to have some good fan stories. I mean, I tried to get some of them out of you when I saw you last, like ladies or not, whatever you feel comfortable with, like funny shit. People just do crazy shit around you.
I don't know. I mean, look. My show is a lovely show. Ned's was beautiful. Ned's was really had this heart to it. Yeah. So truly, so 99% of the fan interactions are people, like, I hit them in the childhood. So like, it's them feeling this crazy, like, nostalgia, throwback, like, love for me, but love for me when they were a kid. So there's like, really this like beautiful, the thing I get the most is like, you were my childhood, or you got me through childhood, and I love you. Like, it's so much positivity and love that I get. So that's a beautiful thing. What has happened weird? I mean, sometimes people are just weird. Sometimes people are like so shaky, nervous that they can't even talk, and I just try and be like, hey, let's take a photo, and like, okay, go away now. Like, And then, I mean, I'll share, like, there's only been a handful of times where, like, I was maybe at a music festival, and, there was one time I was, like, waiting for Sigur Rós to play, this incredible Icelandic band, and I was, like, very close to the front, and to be honest, I was coming up on some mushrooms, and like, you know, the transition from not being on mushrooms to on mushrooms, that's the funkiest time. It's just that hour where you're not on it yet, but you're transitioning, and things are a little weird, right? And we're smashed in the front of this crowd waiting for the band to start, and like the 4 people like right in front of me turn around and realize I'm Ned. And man, most of the time, I love interacting with fans. Like, it's all good. I'm fine. Let's take photos. But these people turn around and are like, oh shit. are you Ned? And I like can't even form fucking words, man. And my buddy's with me, and he just like put his arm around me, and he was like, yeah, not right now.
They were like, wait, is Ned mentally challenged?
Is Ned?
Oh my God, Ned's special needs? I didn't know that.
No, they probably knew.
They got it. They're at
They're
Burning
like,
Man.
oh, Ned's tripping.
Yeah, they're like, we're tripping with Ned. Yo.
Yeah, that was the only time where like I'm actually like, oh fuck, not now, please.
Yeah.
Please, not now.
Have you dated any fans?
I mean,
For
like,
one night?
Damn it, Aaron.
We can cut this if you want. We can cut it.
I have no shame.
Okay.
I haven't dated like specifically a fan who has come up and been like, "Hi, I'm a fan," and I'm like, "Let's date." Have I dated women who know Neds and like maybe were kind of low key about their fanness? Yes.
It's called getting Yoko'd. You just didn't know that it was happening. Like, Yoko pretended she didn't know who the Beatles were. Meanwhile,
Exactly.
She had tried to date Paul McCartney before that.
Exactly. I've been Yoko'd. Like,
Yeah, you got Yoko.
yes, I've dated women who like were fans, but not like,
Didn't
"Hi,
have
oh
Ned
my God, are
tattoo.
you Ned?"
Nobody
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
Ned tattoo.
Yeah.
That was great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. This was awesome. You're the man.
Thank you, guys.
So great guy, great winning personality, which is why he's such a great actor. And, you know, Ned's Declassified wasn't really it was 2003 to 2007.
Yeah.
So we were a little bit too old.
A little?
Well, 2003, we were 24.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, you're right.
A generation.
Yeah, but I love that to some people, when they see him, like, takes them right back.
Yeah. Who is that for you? Who's our Ned Declassified?
That's, like, on TV?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you for me, like,
Yeah.
it would kind of like really freak me out if I was like,
Yeah.
oh, man, Tiffani Amber Thiessen,
Oh.
90210.
90210.
Also, well,
No,
both.
Saved by the Bell.
Both. And then she was on 90210.
The original?
Came on a little later.
Okay, I didn't even think I knew that.
Yeah.
God, that's an interesting question because, like, I feel like I liked a lot of Nickelodeon. Like, you can't do that on television. We got Slime and stuff like
I
that.
don't know who those people were.
Also, I met one of my childhood heroes. I was friends with Mark Summers.
Oh, yeah, the Double Dare.
The host of
Weren't you
Double
going to
Dare.
do a show with him?
We were developing an unscripted show. We became buddies. He took me to a Yankees Red Sox playoff game at Fenway. So I was still living in New York.
What was the show? Was it like precursor to Jackass or something?
I think it was. Wow, because you know
don't
me.
even remember.
That's what
You've
made
got
this-
it on the spreadsheet.
I've got it if I looked it up in the spreadsheet. Wow, it's very rare to forget like a problem.
Yeah.
In our business, you forget. You work on so much stuff. But then he emailed me like a month or two ago.
I was just thinking, shout out to Londi for hooking us up with Mr. Belding.
You mean Fireball Adam?
Fireball Adam.
Oh yeah, we met Mr.
Mr. Belding. That was like surreal.
He brought him to your bachelor party.
No.
Yes. No,
I
you
brought him
yeah.
to Fireball Adams' bachelor party.
yeah.
And he got a standing ovation as he golf carted away from the bar.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. Forgot
Yeah.
about that. That was great. He signed autographs.
Yeah.
Did he fly him there?
I flew him.
No. You
Yeah.
flew him?
Yeah, I flew him. I paid for the whole thing.
You flew Mr.
I
Belding
paid
from
Belding.
LA?
I paid Mr. Belding to be at Fireball Adams' bachelor
Wow,
party.
all that
yeah.
for an hour appearance for
Yeah.
20 minutes?
And he doesn't drink.
That's when you were burning a little bit more money those days.
Yeah, I was burning too much.
You were burning
too much
it-
of that podcast
burning
money.
that money from both ends.
Yeah, pre-kid.
So I also think we should just chat about childhood friends, which
Yeah.
we are to each other, which is that sometimes you can kind of, you've talked about this a lot, get pigeonholed if you
Yeah.
were one way in third grade. And like we say in this pod, friends are there to help you grow, not change.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be crazy Matt anymore.
But you gotta let them grow.
I totally agree. I think that was, why it was cool having him on. This like, people just are going to see you a certain way. No, it's very hard. No matter what, your childhood friends, for better or worse, are going to see you the way you were,
Yeah.
the way they've known you. And it is a challenge of friendship to give people the space to grow.
I loved what you said to him. You were like, how come you're not fucked up child star? Because he does a really good head on his
Yeah,
shoulders.
and most of those kids are, I don't even know if they're
Yeah,
around.
they
most of
got
them.
face tattoos. He said good parents.
Yeah, good parents. Good
Yeah.
parents will go a long way.
That's what it comes down to for everything for our friendships. And what do you think about like the childhood friend who never sort of grew up? Do we have any of those? Am I it?
No, I mean, yeah, you're to the extent. No, I mean, come on.
Am I the Peter Pan of the group?
No, you're not. I mean, well, yeah.
I do like tights at the gym.
Yeah, well, you are. You are.
I'm grown up.
No, you have. Listen, but that's the thing, right? Like we want to. It's tough. I think this is the hardest thing about our podcast and our own friendships. Like we have this incredible circle, but I do feel on some level, I feel like the biggest challenge is getting your family and your closest childhood friends to see you the way you want to be seen as an adult.
Is there some analogy to your parents always to see you as their little kid?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your friends and your friends from childhood and your parents. I just think one of the biggest struggles is getting them to see you as a fully fledged adult, and it always feels like an ongoing battle.
Do you think having a kid has changed your relationship with your mom? Because now you're like a real...
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think once you become a parent, like, yeah, I'm like, oh, now I'm a grown up. Like, now I'm a grown up.
Yeah. At 44.
Yeah, like yesterday I wasn't a grown up. Now I'm a grown up.
Do you have a better appreciation for your parents?
Yes, and I'm asking my mom a lot of questions that I never even thought to ask. I'm like, what do you like? What do you remember about me? Like,
they hit you with a belt, and that was the end of it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you do want to know about your own childhood in like real detail, and they don't remember anything.
Really?
It's hard. My mom had 3 in 3 years.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know.
Irish triplets. I always forget about that.
She's like, you guys were all mush in there.
Yeah. All right. So what did we learn today?
Well, I learned, maybe this is a PSA for the civilians out there when you run into celebrities like Aaron and I. You know, sometimes we may just be acting weird because we're on mushrooms. Maybe not me because I don't do drugs, but somebody.
I've definitely met many fans very drunk, and they're like, this guy's a jerk. Sorry if that was you. I also loved when he called out his buddy who's like dating a girl now and kind of was like not around. He was joking, but like, I think because being on both sides of that, like you got to let the guy who has a new girlfriend, you got to give him a little bit of.
What is that? What is the good time range of grace period? 6 months?
6 months feels
where they go under
plenty.
Yeah,
plenty.
Right. It feels like if it's a year and you've been under that rock, like come on, dude.
No, you got to come out.
Right. I agree.
Yeah,
like,
and on the other hand, double date, reach out, hang out, the 3 of you.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it. I think that's a good message for friends. Like if you're starting a new relationship, you want to put all your energy into that. I agree. Like that first 6 months, you got that grace period, but check in with your friends.
All right, let's see what we messed up. This is Erroneous with Thelonious.
So this one got confusing with the Verve and the Verve.
Yeah.
So those are 2 different bands.
Yes.
With no relation.
Yep.
Yes.
And the Verve sings Bittersweet Symphony.
Right, that was the bigger one. Band.
Yeah, but they got no royalties because they stole the whole thing. Yeah.
The Verve Pipe sings The Freshman.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Which one was bigger? The Verve Bittersweet Symphony Band.
Yeah, that's a massive song.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge.
But they made
song.
no money from it.
All right, so maybe the Verve Pipe did better if they're one hit.
Maybe. Okay.
And then Tiffani Amber Thiessen.
You never heard of that? Of her?
No, absolutely not.
Sweet.
But are you attracted to her from looking at the photos?
Let's not put Theo on the spot.
Yeah, let's put him on the spot.
Yeah, she's solid for sure. Yeah, no,
solid.
Many of our first experiences.
Many of our first thoughts
are
naughty thoughts.
Yeah.
She was in fact on 90210, season 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
As Valerie.
Valerie, baby.
Wow. Came in. All right. Theo's take another look.
Yeah, I'm diving a little deeper on Tiffany here.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Well, the more you look at Tiffany, the more she's gonna grow on you.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Why did you say I had a lisp? Because Tiffany.
You were like Tiffani Amber Thiessen.
She does have a couple of S's unnecessarily.
Yeah, she's a weird name. She's a weird name.
Yeah, it was even harder to find it after whatever you had said. So.
Amazing. Well, that's our show. Guys, if you are not watching the pod on YouTube, watch it now. It's free, and you get to see Matt's crazy faces. Remember, be good to yourself, be good to your friends.
Love you, buddy.